a RDL in between each of those. So as we come down into that RDL, stretching those glutes and hamstrings, we come up, then we go into our first breathing stretch, back down, go into that RDL, come up, go outside, that second movement of the breathing stretches down to the front, again into that RDL, stretching those glutes and hamstrings, and we come up underneath our chin for the third, and down, again, RDL, up, then we're gonna go into our twist, 1 and 2, good, back down to that RDL, come back up, we're gonna go into that reach, 1 and 2, and then back down into that RDL, then come up, we're gonna go halfway over, stretching those hamstrings, and then up, and RDL, and then up into that squat. And now you just added those RDLs onto your regular stretches, and it just creates more of a intensity and exercise and stretch and work on the muscles for your legs at the same time you're stretching your upper body. So with that said, you can progress any exercise by just adding something else to it or making it a little more difficult, right? What's the next one we're gonna do is that same type of idea for the where I lost my train of thought.
For the breathing exercise? Or for
Yeah.
the RDL?
For the RDL. But another one we can do is bringing our knee up, and we're gonna do a quad extension, and that contracts your quad, all right? And this is a great flexibility stretch for your hamstring, but you're also creating tension and a contraction in your quad that gives you strength in your leg, all right? So we'll do 10 of these, so 1, 2, and you can hold on to something if you can't keep that balance. And we're at 6, 7, thank you, knee, 8, 9, and 10, and that's gonna work that quad. We switch sides to keep it even. 1, 2, and it's a very simple movement. 3, 4, this is gonna help with your knee, your hinge joint. 8, 9, and 10, and that's for your quad, all right? Now for your hamstring, you would just do it in reverse. So you're gonna bring that heel high to your glute while squeezing that hamstring, all right? And 2, 3, you touch that toe down, keep that knee level with your other knee, and you're hitting your hamstring, again, creating a contraction, strengthening that muscle. I think we're at 8, and 9, and 10. And you would do that on the other side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, you can do those separately and get a great contraction. You can do 3 to 4 sets. If that's too easy, add on the rep count, and you can do more sets. All right, it's only going to make you stronger. A way to progress that is to combine them.
Yes.
So as you go into your quad extension, so 1, you go directly back into that hamstring curl, touching the toe and squeeze, and then bring it back up. Quad extension, bring it back, touch, squeeze. All right, so that's a progression for those 2 exercises, combining them and making it a little bit more difficult, and getting more blood flow to your leg, making that heart rate come up and making you sweat. All right, I've always believed if you're not sweating, then you're not really working. You're not stressing your body enough. So change is going to be hard if you're just doing something that your body's used to, right? There's so many things that we memorize with our muscle memory, like walking and doing all those things that we don't get exhausted from. And it's the same thing with our mind, right? When we learn.
Yes.
If you're not learning something new,
Yes.
you're used to it, so you're not going to challenge yourself enough to be more intelligent, right? Or
change.
Or change,
Or
because
change.
you're not challenging your brain like you would challenge your muscle with the physical activity. So, with that being said, there's so many things that we can teach, we can learn. I think today is more of a teaching day to let you guys know that the physical
Yes.
is just that.
Yes.
It's physical,
Yes.
but it also takes the mental and the spiritual
Yes.
in order for that to be to make that successful.
Yes.
To change anything requires all of those to be a combination of on a level field, balanced.
Balanced.
There
Yes.
you go.
Balanced the way you're looking.
Is there anything else you would want to add?
Oh, when it comes to overall growth and progress for any individual, you can't just pay attention to one area of your life. Your mental, emotional area needs attention. So does your spiritual area.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And yourself. The most important area, I think, that needs to be addressed though is the physical one. And because your body is your actual vessel. Your body is what allows you to navigate through life and to be able to do things. If you don't have the use of your body, if you're unhealthy, it's going to be very difficult for you to do the things that you want to do.
Yes.
And it will also be twice as difficult for you to make any real change in this area of your life, in this area of your life.
Yes.
So having a body that feels good to you, that's going to be a key component in actually changing and evolving in every aspect of your life. The physical area is the one that's addressed first.
Yes.
Yes.
That's excellently said. So, if you really want to change something about your physical self,
Yes.
you have to mentally prepare yourself for that change.
By changing.
And by changing.
changing the way you
And
think.
in order to change the physical and prepare yourself mentally to change, you have to spiritually be ready and capable of implementing that change. And by spiritual, I don't mean church. I mean yourself, your being, your highest being. Connect to yourself to understand why you're changing,
Yes.
why you want to change,
Yes.
and what it's going to take to change.
Yes, very
And that's consistency, discipline,
Yes.
and it's all about you because no one else is doing the work. You have to do the work,
Yes.
and that's every single day
For every single
for
person.
every single person.
Every
So,
single person.
and that comes with anything, not just working out.
Yes.
That comes with you, progressing in your career.
Yes.
You understanding that maybe the career you're in is not what you truly are passionate about.
Yes.
And so making the changes to get to where you are doing what you love to do, and able to make that your job
Yes.
and not just a hobby.
Yes.
I think hobbies are habits, and some habits are not always the best thing for us,
That was the healthiest.
but we get used to those habits.
Yes.
So understanding the difference between your passion and your hobby.
Yes.
And if your hobby is your passion, making it your
Purpose.
purpose. So,
There you go.
with that said, I know it's Sunday before the 4th of July, so I already knew not many people would show up, but it doesn't stop us from continuing to teach and learn and spread the message. And whether there's no one here or there's 100 people here,
Yes.
I'm going to express the same knowledge that I have inside
Yes.
to anyone that's listening that will hear it one day or
Learn from it.
apply it.
Yes.
So with that said, thank you so much for giving us your time
Thank you.
and joining us this morning. May you have a blessed and productive, wonderful Sunday, and
Yes.
continue that into your Monday,
Yes.
and so on to your week.
Yes.
Always humble, always grateful and thankful. Thank you for always supporting me and being here
Thank you.
and being my partner
Yes.
in so many ways. but the most important one is in love.
Yes.
So, madebywayfit.com, NisaDeBrovision.com. We are out. Blessings.